Welcome back to another episode of the Footy Culture Podcast. We are joined today by myself, Matthews, James, Quinto, Danito, and Jay-Zito over here.
This guy's still chilly, huh?
Yeah, he's a cold one.
I'm feeling cold today.
He's warming up. He's took a layer
No
off.
jacket.
Feeling
cold today.
I
I took
heard
a
you-
layer off this week.
I heard you were practicing a new accent.
Huh?
I heard you were practicing a new accent.
What's this?
I
What
don't.
accent?
I don't know.
Something that happened on the grid.
No comment, man. I'm just here to talk about soccer, man. This is a soccer show. Football, to be exact, because there's two types of footballs. So, who knows which one I'll be talking about today?
Yeah, let's talk about football versus football because yesterday was a Super Bowl, as most of us know that watched, I guess. They did like a lot of interviews, as you were saying before the podcast, with a bunch of American people. What's bigger, the Super Bowl or the World Cup? I'm guessing you guys probably know what they said. And most of them said the Super Bowl. It's the most exciting game to watch or to play. It just had some like nonsense.
It's like gladiators out there.
Yeah, it's
Like,
like-
so wouldn't that be UFC or like boxing? Isn't that more so gladiators? I don't know.
It's like the most like nonsense answers I've ever heard in my life. Like these guys are literally like, they just box themselves into like certain sports or whatever that they like, and everything around them is just nothing. I remember Americans getting interviews like, do you know where Canada is on the map, and they couldn't find it.
Yeah, I know.
So that just shows how like boxed in they are. But I don't even know what to say about that.
I understand, like, they're obviously biased by a lot, but come on, there's some common sense there. Come on. It's obvious, man. When Messi, I think the post of Messi going to MLS had more like likes than the actual post of the champions. That's when you know it's next level. Yeah. They legit invited Messi to go to the game.
Yeah.
It was all of them. The whole
And all
Club de
of them, yeah,
Amigos.
all
went.
the
All
boys.
four. All four of them were there, man. They had Rodri in the Sky Sports box too.
No, they had
It's kind of crazy.
They had Rodri, bro. Rodri in his little Ballon d'Or tour
Yeah.
across
Gotta
the
do it, man.
world.
Yeah.
Gotta do it.
They had Platini there too.
Michel
No,
Platini.
no, sorry. What's his name?
Oh, the bald guy.
Infantino.
Infantino.
Yeah.
So I was even saying, like, for the NFL to be streaming live to millions of people around the world, 100 million, 880 million, I think is the exact number, roughly. That was last year. But showing the presence of FIFA on their live stream is one thing. But would you ever see like the chairman or the CEO or the president of the NFL,
No.
if they were at the World Cup final, be like, oh, there's the NFL CEO on screen? Like, no one's be like, okay, who's that? Who's that?
But
Yeah.
like, does anyone actually know who it is? Like,
It's a thing, no? Isn't it Roger Goodell?
I can tell you, I don't know.
Pretty sure it's Roger Goodell. But I think realistically, it's also a play for like the World Cup,
Exactly.
right? Like they know that the World Cup is coming in 2026, so like now they're starting to use their actual other sports that are more popular in the U.S. to promote the World Cup, right? Like you're seeing, you know, like you said, the FIFA president being shown on the NFL Super Bowl broadcast.
Yeah, but I don't.
And that's really to promote the fact that the world. I swear he was at the Trump inauguration too.
He was.
Infantino?
Yeah,
He was.
That's crazy.
Johnny was in the back. Yeah,
You might
there
as
was,
well.
there was a pic of him in the back, so it makes sense, right? You
makes
have to
sense.
have those good relations with the country that's hosting your next World Cup, right? And I think like they're planning for this to be like a massive World Cup, like probably one of the biggest ever,
Probably the
right? So
biggest.
you're trying to, you need to kind of build the hype from now any way you can, right? And kind of taking advantage of these sporting events, like you're seeing with Infantino, like you're seeing with the new Messi commercial for MLS.
Yeah.
I thought that was a brilliant commercial.
Beautiful commercial.
The one of him doing the keep ups with the
Football?
football.
Was
and
that
then
real
he,
or no?
Then he bangs it right through the kick, right through the posts, whatever. What's it called?
Upright.
Upright, right through the upright, and then boom, football season's done. Now it's football season. I thought that was clever.
Smart.
I thought that was super clever. Like it's gonna. I don't know how much it's gonna bring popularity to the MLS, but I think it'll help the game. It'll help the game in total in the US.
I don't think it's that obvious though.
What?
You mentioned, the people being interviewed, saying, they all chose football. Again, more Americans probably know Brady than Messi.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say it's obvious that, soccer's bigger. What are these people saying? That's all they know.
Yeah, it's not as widely broadcasted.
But I'm sure they know
Across the
that.
US.
Where else do they play football? American football. Nowhere else. They
Yeah.
could probably answer that too. Oh, I don't know. I think only the States they will probably say.
No, 100%. That's probably the only country in the world where you'd probably have like that like debate. Every other country, I think, would be pretty unanimous that the World Cup is bigger.
Mhm.
I think even Canada.
Do you guys think the Champions League final gets more views than the Super Bowl?
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
I don't know for
I don't have
sure.
some numbers.
I don't know for
Oh,
sure.
for sure. I think for sure.
Maybe pull out some stats.
Even
but
though
I would imagine.
even the Women's World Cup gets more views.
Yeah.
Nah, serious?
I was
I wouldn't
gonna
be surprised.
I was gonna say, like, obviously the Super Bowl isn't comparable to the World Cup. Like, if you were to compare the Super Bowl to one competition in footy,
Champions League final.
yeah, would it be the Champions League?
No.
Well, what would it be?
I would even say the FA Cup final.
No. Like, now you're going
FA
crazy,
Cup
bro.
final
No.
is getting the same amount of views as a Super Bowl final.
No,
I don't
it's
think
not.
it is.
I'd have to, Matt. You're gonna fact check
I
this.
did see a stat that the last EFL playoff final had more views than the Super Bowl.
The playoff final.
Yeah, EFL.
Damn.
That's crazy.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. It
Just
just
watching that.
I mean, it's a pretty big event. Like, you remember Deanie?
Yeah, no, I do recall.
Yo, so
EFL.
apparently, last Super Bowl 2023 had 115 mil viewers across,
So it's 2 years ago.
and then the Champions League final.
But wait, that was in the US or global? I'm pretty sure
uh,
global was 180.
This is US.
Global
This was 2 years.
150
This was
but
2
million.
years
but
ago.
global,
This was
global is like
2023.
180 probably.
So yeah, so 115 mil across the US for the Super Bowl,
Mm-hmm.
and then the Champions League final had 450 million views.
That's globally though.
That's
Okay,
globally. But how
even-
many people outside of the US are watching?
Exactly.
A lot.
Okay, add 100 million more. It's still
You
less.
think more than 100
No,
mil?
no, yeah, no, not less, but it is a lot still.
It's still
But
less.
even then, bro, 450 mil compared to 115.
Yeah,
Let's
100%.
add another 100 mil, 215.
yeah.
Yeah, it's still double.
The thing
Crazy.
is that even for what James mentioned, we Infantino going to the Super Bowl, going to these like American events now to promote the World Cup. I don't think they need it.
No, they definitely
because
don't.
you have
but
so many different cultures in the nation, even in Canada. It's so multicultural. A lot of immigration with different nations coming into the country, and even a lot of people coming out from outside the country to come visit and watch these games. Right?
yeah,
It's gonna be huge. It's gonna be massive. So I don't even think they need it, but it's also good luck for them.
It's marketing.
yeah,
at the end
you,
of the day.
you have to
They
do
don't
it.
need
Yeah.
it.
Realistically, the game is going to sell no matter
100%.
what. Whether and realistically, it's not going to sell because you have Infantino on the TV. But I think it's just more of those things like it's like a reminder. You know what I mean? Like on a scale like this, when you have 180 million people watching, like okay, let's remind everyone that the World Cup's happening here, type thing, right? Like I don't know.
Yeah. Was it just me or did Messi not show up on the screen?
Supposedly, no. There's a clip of Messi supposedly during the halftime show where he was like right in the front, and then he realized there's no one around him, and he's like,
Of course.
and he's just like, and he just walks away afterwards. It was like the most awkward thing ever.
Bro, I was just
It's a
waiting for
messy
like
thing.
one of these with a blank stare, bro.
Yeah, he's
I
the
wanna look
best,
at this,
bro.
he's like,
Yeah.
good. It's good. But
But
no.
yeah, the final score was what, 44-20. If we were to compare this to a footy game, what would be a comparable scoreline
4-2?
for a final?
6-2,
6-2, you
5-2.
think? Really? I think maybe like 4-1 maybe?
I would say like it was 4-0 and then the other team brought it back 4-2. That's
Yeah?
I'm just going by maybe even 5-1,
Yeah, like a 5-2.
5-2.
I'll give like a 5.
Because it was a killing. Like they
What was the score of the first El Clasico this year? 5-1?
Might have been 5-2.
It's a lot, bro.
5-2?
That was probably 5-2.
I'm saying exactly that. That game is probably the most comparison because they scored like what? Madrid scored those goals, like especially one of them later on, where it didn't really matter.
Yeah.
Because I know the second one was they didn't score any.
But they scored first, no?
Who?
Madrid at that time, I think.
Can't remember.
That was the second game then.
But still,
Madrid's,
imagine going down
Mbappe.
5-0 and then just here's
Yeah.
2 points.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what it was really at the end. Like it was the scoreline made it look closer than it actually was, in my opinion. But
Now for obviously the halftime show was Kendrick Lamar. Footy doesn't really do halftime shows. They're more so at the beginning of the games. Would you guys be open to seeing a halftime show in like a World Cup final?
No, because I think they did one. Didn't they do one for the Confederations Cup final? Sorry, Copa America final?
Halftime?
They had a halftime show in the Copa America final.
But let's say that maybe they extend the halftime by even like 5 minutes.
That's just I think that's not good for the players because I don't know, football, like there's a lot of rotation. There's obviously the offense, there's the defense, so they have a lot of breaks in between. I feel like football, if you're taking a lot of breaks and having a big break now in between, now these players are gonna have to be warm and active during halftime on the bike, somehow just keep warm, because if they come on back from halftime, right into it, injuries. Someone's pulling a muscle. Someone's
You can say the same thing with football though, and I feel like contact sports probably makes it worse.
No, but they're sometimes what's an average time that a defensive line is out there compared to the attacking line? Probably equal.
Probably pretty even. Depends on how good the team is.
Yeah.
But they rest quite a bit. They're sitting down. They're not like on bikes or anything, like sometimes, but compared to like football, like once you're off, you're off. You're not coming back in.
Yeah. And I think like we've seen it in the past, like the Champions League finals have had halftime shows,
No.
halftime performances,
You think?
I don't remember.
or was it a pregame
Pregame.
performance?
I think it was pregame.
Dua Lipa, that was a pregame.
Yeah,
yeah,
Yeah.
those big pre-games.
I think I wouldn't mind seeing a halftime, but the only, like you said, the only thing that's tricky is like the timing of it. Like it has to be almost like instant. Like you have the stage ready to go. You have like your 10-minute performance, and
It
you have
can
it
be
off.
ready to go, though.
But it's hard for
You
it to
gotta
that's what
slide
I'm
it
saying.
in.
It
Yeah.
takes
Yeah.
time,
End
right?
of
It
the
takes
day,
time.
End of the day, I feel like it's a Super Bowl thing already that they have these halftime shows. That's what gets the viewers there. That's what gets the people to watch
Yeah.
these commercials. As football fans, dude, I don't care about no halftime show. They can have the beginning ceremony, which is good, but sometimes you even barely watch those. But if
Yeah.
it's a good one, it's a good one. Besides that, like, dude, just play the game and get back into it. Because I feel like halftime also kind of like
Take a break.
it's like too much now. Like I'd rather like get back into it.
And-
Let's go.
I agree.
Okay, you go.
I agree. Like in American football, halftime is like people are there, like they're concentrated.
Yeah, yeah.
Meanwhile, halftime for soccer, if you're watching a soccer game, halftime is when you go to the washroom,
Yeah,
you
that's
go get some food, go
Yeah.
There's no
relax,
breaks in between.
go on your
Yeah.
phone. Meanwhile, yeah, American football, you're in there, right? So I think,
No, they have a lot of breaks, man. There's so many commercials.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Yeah.
commercials.
Dude, like,
but in general, like you're not gonna take a break if you're watching a soccer game during the actual game.
You're gonna wait till halftime.
You're gonna wait at halftime.
Yeah.
So, but I can see them doing it this year, this World Cup coming.
Oh, 100%. They're gonna.
I can
do it.
definitely see
Yeah.
them doing it,
The US
especially here in the
bro.
U.S.
Yeah,
They're gonna be pushed. I'm telling you, they're gonna be pushed to do it no matter what.
yeah.
If they don't want to, they're gonna have to do it.
but who's that artist now, or who are those artists? If you're gonna get one of every country that's representing,
As I
the
said
nation.
before, my boy, Mr. 305.
Mr.
It
Worldwide.
has to be. He's Mr. Worldwide for a reason.
Yeah.
So Drake worldwide collab, Drake and
No, it's gonna
what's
be
his name
like
again? Pitbull.
what's
Drake,
what's
Pitbull
that
collab?
Canadian rapper?
Classified.
It's gonna be like Classified,
Peso Pluma.
Peso Pluma, and like
Pitbull.
Pitbull. Yeah,
That would be a crazy.
Macklemore, maybe.
Yeah.
that would be a good.
I don't
show.
know. Like it's definitely tough. Like you have to find that right artist to do it. But if there's ever a time that they're gonna do it, it's gonna be when it's in the
I think the
US.
perfect artist, because it kind of, I don't know, I feel like it's kind of a mix. Speaks English, speaks Spanish. Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny,
Bad-
Drake.
Bad-
yeah,
Bad
man,
Bunny,
right?
Drake would
Bad
be
Bunny.
That's-
crazy.
They wouldn't do it because I feel like the Americans gonna have to be the main. It's gonna have to be like the main character in that
It's hard.
trio.
It's hard.
But Bad Bunny's not from Mexico.
I know he's not from Mexico, but like
Latin.
he's not American either.
Puerto Rico.
You know, date. Yeah, that's true.
Technically.
Yeah, I guess.
We'll see, man. Yeah, it was a good game, but it's not the same, man. Soccer's
No, that was not a good game. But
soccer is everything, bro. 100%
Footy is
better.
everything.
yeah,
The real footy.
real footy. We got real footy coming
And
back
even
tomorrow.
that MLS commercial, like football's over and football is now starting. Like, bro,
FUTBOL.
football's been on TV.
Yeah.
For the good football.
It's, yeah.
The good football has been on TV for the past 6-7 months now.
Yeah.
Did you hear though? Did you hear that
Mid-season.
they're thinking about like switching it over?
They can't. It's too cold.
Switching
Ooh,
what?
that's what they were saying.
The
MLS?
schedule?
The schedule to August.
How, bro?
to,
They can't.
Like the US.
Yeah,
From August to-
That's
They're
what
gonna
they were saying.
have to kick out those cold teams then.
No, they'll have to probably run their games in other countries or maybe play all their away games
They're gonna do something, but it makes the
later
most
on
sense.
or different.
That seems too complicated.
Yeah, dude.
It
And
doesn't make
right-
the most sense. It's impossible.
I like MLS in the summer, low key.
I don't mind it too because
Go to a little TFC game in the summer, you know, like it's a vibe.
It doesn't make sense for the players. I'm thinking about the players' logic. Like,
Well, it
they want
does.
their summer off too, man.
No.
Yes,
not
of course
really.
they
But they're
do.
also not gonna want to play in the freezing cold.
They're not gonna fill stadiums when it's minus 20 out, bro.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard.
I think, and realistically speaking, like, even if they were playing like the regular European season, they're not getting summers off anyway.
I guess it's true.
Like,
too.
players in Europe don't get summers off. They get like maybe like 5 weeks. And if they're like a national team player, they get like 2.
Yeah.
3 maybe if they're lucky. So it's like you don't really get that like extended vacation. If anything, you get more of a vacation than MLS because like what you're done in November and you start back up training in like what Feb. So you actually probably get more.
You get
time
more. You
off.
get more time off on
Yeah.
the MLS season.
For sure.
Do you think this is a different question now? We've seen NFL games being played in the Spurs Stadium. Would it be cool to see Prem games in the US
There is. They're
Aren't
already
they
doing
already
Saudi
doing that?
games.
Yeah.
or like actual Premier League games?
Yeah, they will.
Not
They will.
not
You
not if
think
they
so?
not if they don't pay enough for it, man.
They will.
Like
That's
a
gonna
like,
happen.
it would have to be the big games, right? Like a Manchester Derby.
I think that if there's a league that would do it first, I think it would be La Liga.
Facts.
the US.
Because La
It could be
Liga
La
had
Liga.
Wait.
La Liga. Shout out our boys from Five Aside was doing something with NFL, right?
Yeah.
They had a little bit of a collaboration there. So
Yeah.
Didn't
You
they
don't
do
think Bundesliga would do it first?
Bundesliga 2.
No,
Really?
Ooh,
I think
the
La Liga.
Classic would be cool.
I think La Liga.
Why?
Because realistically, the Bundesliga is like it's more of like a league for like the fans, and all the fans in the Bundesliga are in that country. Like, you know what I mean? Like they have like the highest attendance, biggest stadiums. Like the fans are there, like in the country. Like obviously they have fans in the U.S. too, but like I think they're almost too like they're very modern when it comes to like digital media and like expanding the game like globally, like from like a social standpoint. But I think like when it comes to like the actual matches being played, I don't think we would see it unless it's like maybe like a Super Cup. That's the only thing I can see is like a Super Cup in the summer before the season starts. But I don't think they would do it like in the middle of the season, to be honest.
Well, a lot of those German teams have a lot of ownership of fan bases, right? So
Yeah,
I
majority
don't even
are.
think they'd want to be like, no, we're watching our games here.
That's what I'm saying. Like
We don't
the
want anyone
fans
else to
would
enjoy
want it
these
here.
games,
Yeah.
yeah.
Exactly. So I think for them it's tough. The only thing I can see is like maybe like a Super Cup, and it's like that for most of the leagues as well, right? Because I think like we've already seen a couple of Super Cups,
Yeah,
like
Serie A.
the Italy Super Cup was in Saudi, right? I'm pretty sure we've had a few, Spanish Super
Spanish
Cups
one, yeah.
already kind of being played overseas as well. And I think in the UK, I think it's almost similar to Germany in that sense, where you already have your very strong fandom in the actual
go?
country itself. So I don't know if you maybe necessarily pull too far away from it, but I think with Spain and with Italy, I think those leagues are very unique, where I think, to be honest, you may even have more fans outside the country than you do in the country for a lot of the big teams.
I think Prem would do it first.
I think so too
I don't know.
because they already have that relationship, right?
It's also an English-speaking league and country.
Yeah.
And it would for sure be Spurs versus Chelsea.
no, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Because even these football games that are being shown in Germany or played in Germany,
not
or in
sending
England,
the good
They're
teams.
not good teams. I feel like if it was in a Premier League,
They
side,
sent the Eagles.
yeah.
They sent the Eagles to Brazil this season.
with who?
I think that was against the Packers. I think that was probably
That's a good game.
That was probably the only like bigger game. Everything else was like Jacksonville versus like the Giants. Like
Well,
they weren't necessarily like the biggest team.
Spurs love Americanizing themselves. I could see them touching with Daniel Levy.
and we know there's
Yeah.
a lot of Spurs fans in America.
It'd be like a Spurs like Wolves.
But I don't think it would be a regular season game. Is what I'm trying to say.
Maybe one day.
I can
That's what I'm
I can see
thinking.
it.
I see. We've seen cup competition games for sure.
Mm.
But I'm thinking a league game would be crazy.
The only thing is with doing a season match, it would have to be two teams that aren't in multiple competitions.
Yeah,
Because
Tottenham, bro.
Tottenham, realistically, and United.
Tottenham
There you
United,
go.
bro.
Nah.
Dude,
Set it
there
up,
you
bro.
go.
But
That's a good
But
game.
the
It's a
only
good
but the only other thing is too is like you would have to have more than one game.
Yeah,
there.
obviously.
Yes.
Because
But like you'd also have to have them spread, like one in New York,
You'd have to
one
have-
in Miami, and one in LA.
you'd have to have 4 teams.
Atlanta.
You'd have to have 4 teams go
They're
Why?
good stadiums
and
but-
play 2 different games.
What?
Because if you're thinking about it, like the reason why it doesn't work for a regular season game is because at the end of the day, if you think about it, like every team has home and away fixtures against each team. So if let's say, for example, those 2 teams are going and they're playing a game abroad, whose home fixture is that? Whose away fixture is that? Then now all of a
You
sudden,
decide
like
before the year.
a team almost gets an advantage because they have, or a disadvantage because maybe they have one less home game.
No,
So
but
how does the NFL do
yeah, I
it?
was about to say the NFL
Right?
does the exact same thing.
No, the NFL, they sent the teams there, but they sent multiple teams there. Like the thing was there for multiple games.
Yeah, but-
Jacksonville played 2 games in overseas, and same thing with the Giants.
Yes, but they're losing home games.
Yeah, but weren't there some teams that didn't even play at all abroad?
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like I don't know that there's like a fair way to have
Yeah,
this
see,
performance unless every single team,
Unless
No,
it's a cup,
they-
unless it's a
like
cup game.
unless it's like an FA Cup like finals or like
Yeah.
it's like played in Wembley, but they're not playing when
Because it's
they're
going to be a
gonna play it.
neutral ground.
It's,
Neutral
it's a win-lose. It's a win-win or win-lose, I guess. I don't know. But like you said, you might lose your home game, but then you also kind of gain status in that country. Like you gain, like you go there. You're the whole reason you're going there is to open up the game and
Okay,
see,
but what
right?
if that result costs you Champions League?
Doesn't
Win
matter.
the game.
Yeah.
No, what if you go and lose
Well, it's the same thing
and
with
then you had
with
one
American
and you had
football.
one less?
What if they lose?
Well, they sent shit teams.
I-
They almost maybe
But it's
knew
the
that
same
these
thing.
teams.
I
aren't
just
gonna
want to
play for
say
anything.
there's no such thing about being fair anymore. They don't care about being fair with these teams. If,
think
if
they
they're
do.
if they're gonna get a bag, they're gonna send them.
But they're not just gonna send the 2 teams. I'm saying if they do it, they're gonna send 4 teams.
No,
and
they-
they'll have
Did they
them
send 4
rotate.
teams to Brazil?
No,
No,
They
no,
sent
they
two.
didn't.
they could send one game there just for this year, just to test it out.
Like
Yeah.
what's the
They
thing?
do NFL Germany too. They send 2 teams.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
But they had multiple stops in Germany, and those teams played multiple games.
But that's a loss on those teams now because other teams aren't having those away games or home games that are being taken away from them. But I'm saying if it's like, okay, Spurs, they're already American-based fan base. They're already like American relationships with fans and stuff. Okay, maybe they don't have a home game in their stadium, but they have a home game in the U.S. They might have a larger fan base there, yeah. But
Yeah.
at the point, like, okay, you lose a home game, but maybe you're getting 10 million cash in your pocket from that.
Yeah.
Would you rather have that home game or would you have the 10 bands?
The players would probably rather the home
And
game,
exposure,
but the owner of the team is gonna rather the money.
and exposure.
But
And
what's
exposure, yes.
what's the benefit? Does it benefit the club or the player?
At the end of the day, it's club first.
Everything's
So
gonna be beneficial to the club, and that's just how it has to be.
yeah,
And the league.
And the league,
And the
yeah.
league.
The players are the last people that have
Yeah,
a
they-
saying.
yeah.
If
there
it's-
would
Hey,
be less games by
Hey,
now.
and European
enjoy
players love coming to America,
That's what I'm saying,
so
they
they'll
love
have a good
anyways.
time.
They would enjoy it, I think.
No, there's some great stadiums that they'd even be like, wow, like this is some great stuff they have here.
Oh, dude, like imagine them playing at like the big house in Michigan or
dude,
No, they won't do a
No,
college.
I
stadium.
don't like big house is not like soccer stadium to me.
nice stadium.
massive. Though. It's a
I know
big
it's massive,
stadium.
but like,
Yeah.
dude, that's been like Atlanta Stadium would be sick.
Like, that's a crazy stadium.
Like what else?
Atlanta's a beautiful stadium.
Even
Miami
SoFi.
Stadium's nice.
SoFi would be, and it's a football stadium, but it's nice and like you can,
When they build
as
it-
entertainment, you can watch a good game there.
Yeah.
All the big screens.
When they build a new Miami stadium, it'll be cool.
Realistically, they're gonna be playing a football stadium, and every single football stadium in the NFL is nice.
Yeah,
So
but
Well, that's the World
it'll be
Cup.
cool.
yeah, anywhere they go, it's gonna be a good time.
I think it'd be cool, and it's the perfect time with the World Cup coming to the States. It's a good time to kind of test out waters. Maybe I don't know if they do it next season, but maybe the season after the World Cup. It's like if people realize how good football is, soccer. It's like, oh shoot, it's actually sick. Let's actually we saw the results from the World Cup. Let's send some teams over,
Wait, this is a sport?
and it's cool for us too. Like we're not in the States, but we can make that trip. It's like it's not only people from the States. You'll have people from Mexico and people from Canada as well coming through. So it's exposure's key for these teams if they want to grow. And at the end of the day, like at some point it becomes like what's the word? It plateaus. And you kind of have to do something new. Look at NBA. They're trying to do stuff new too because they're plateauing hard.
yeah,
So
I
it's
think
like
they
you have
fell
to
off.
start doing something. And
The
like,
NFL just
you have
gained a lot more viewership. I think because of Swift. I think because of it's just
Swift.
Taylor Swift.
Oh,
I thought you were talking about DeAndre.
I thought you were talking about the football players. What the hell are you talking about?
No, she gained viewership from like
Yeah,
Taylor
yeah,
Swift.
yeah.
Obviously, a lot of fan bases, but a lot of these American sports are just staying like they're not
plateauing,
growing,
man.
right?
Yeah, that's why the NBA had to make that trade for Doncic
Damn.
to get some
Adam
viewers back to
Silver,
the
all
league, bro.
pulling the strings.
But even that
Yeah,
trade, for
it's
example,
all
like
bad.
do these big trades really bring eyes from outside of the fan base already?
It
there?
does for like a couple of days. And
Yeah,
For a couple
I don't know
days,
who. I know who they are, but I'm not gonna start watching basketball now
Don't
because
know.
they're trading. These
There's also
players.
like there's almost like too many games. But
Dude, there's too many.
Yeah.
Okay, not for anything. As football fans here, we watch probably Semano games as we do regular season games.
That's why I watch
82
soccer,
games,
that's it.
bro.
Yeah, but how many Champions League games are you watching every week?
It-
how many?
it's like
Depends
It's
how
like
many-
50. It
depends
takes
who you
50.
support. Though.
It's like 50. Because when you check like players things, it's usually like in the 50s. They have in the 50 range.
If they're playing in all comps.
Yeah. So we're probably watching around 50. They're playing 82.
Yeah, no, but you're watching 50 Juve games.
Oh, you're talking about all games.
But how many more
Oh,
Juve,
yeah.
Juve games are you watching?
Yeah.
You're watching Barca games for sure
Yeah.
because you're a Barca hater.
Yeah.
You
But I
hate
feel like
watching
NBA, I feel like NBA people don't like really watch teams that aren't theirs.
Yeah, no,
I feel like-
100%.
NBA fans,
Yeah, I feel like they don't really watch games that
Yeah,
aren't theirs.
people do.
You think?
Yeah.
especially
we
like this,
do, but
especially this
like-
big Doncic trade. Like people who aren't like LA fans are gonna start watching LA games now.
One or two games.
Yeah,
they'll
but
die
for a
over.
bit.
But even then, even if you just watch your own team's games, that's 80 games.
82.
And us footy fans, we watch probably around 100 games a year, more.
yeah.
More, yeah.
But the
More or
thing
less.
is, the NBA regular season doesn't really matter.
That's
It's all about playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Right?
Yeah.
That's what they
That's
gotta
all
switch
American
to.
sports though.
If footy was like that, like European footy was like that, it'd be hard to watch.
Where like games don't matter.
Yeah, it's just like,
Well, like, sometimes it feels like.
Yeah, like imagine like your team like doing like a tanking season, like where they're losing every game. Like,
Oh,
are you
dude,
gonna want to watch that?
That would be
you know?
brutal. Yeah.
just to get a I don't know
Potential like star, right?
Yeah.
No, there's no such thing as
They
a
don't have
star.
a draft
Yeah, that's the
in
thing.
footy, right? So, I like it how it is. Don't switch it.
Don't touch it.
The Champions League, I don't mind how they switched it up. That was fine. Don't change it back.
Yeah,
I think
dude, this Champions League, the way they switched it, I was a big fan from the start.
Me too.
And I'm sold. I'm
sold
sold on the new
I
format.
think there's still a 50-50 out there. I don't think.
You
I
think?
don't think there's a more I like it or a less I like it.
I think it's swayed a little bit after people watched that like final match day.
Yeah.
The final match day, I thought
tried
like,
to at
it
least.
wasn't like as like I think big as people thought because there wasn't maybe as much movement, but there's still like a decent bit of movement like for that last day.
But that could also just be this season, right? Next season could be one where it's
Or maybe there's
super
some
close,
yeah.
right?
But it's also cool because now you're seeing teams that you didn't think would finish
Mhm.
in the top 8 that finished there, and then teams that you thought for sure were going to finish like top 3, and now they're in a playoff. You know, like Man City's playing Madrid in the playoff,
Yeah.
right? So I think you get to see a lot more bigger games. This
Well,
way.
it was brand new. I feel like a lot of teams also didn't realize like, hey, we have to win every single game. because
Legit, yeah.
it's- Like losing some of these points is a big deal,
Yeah,
right? So even like playing group stage, like you might lose the away game, but if you win the home game,
Then
like,
you're
by more
fine.
points, then you're fine.
yeah.
Just score more goals next game.
The only thing I think this format made worse, which I don't watch any Europa League games anymore, is the Europa League because you don't see like those CL teams going down and making it better now. I think that's the only thing this format ruined is the
You
Europa
don't
League.
like that as a watcher, as a fan, but I'm sure
For the teams that are in Europa
that are in
League
Europa
every
League
year, yeah, I'm sure they
love it
like it.
because
Well,
they
even
don't-
even the conference league, right? Like
same thing.
no, but the teams in the conference league, now that there's so many more teams in Champions League and there's more teams in Europa League,
Yeah.
the conference league is just dust.
Until like maybe like semifinals, you probably will
But
get some
who's in
matches.
conference league? The only conference league team I know for sure right now,
Like Chelsea,
ask me, is just Chelsea.
Fiorentina.
Argentina.
That's fine there.
Fiorentina, they're every
But it
single
also
year.
Yeah.
it brings eyes of teams that are not usually there, I guess.
Yeah, but are you gonna sit down and be like, oh, this game's on a Thursday?
you-
No,
like
I
other-
think not for
other-
fans. Well, maybe not for like casual
not-
fans
yeah,
because the
casual.
casual fans already have what they're looking for. But like, imagine like, dude, if you're like a fan of like a team that finishes like 3rd or 4th in Greece every year because they can't do better than Olympiacos and PAOK and all those teams. Like now you get to see your team playing in Europe on a Thursday and like actually playing for like a title. So like I feel like that's pretty cool. And I think even for like scouting, dude, like realistically speaking, now you're getting a lot of these teams that are now having a showcase, right? So if you're a player on these teams, like let's say, dude, you're a youngster from like Bulgaria and your team's playing in Conference League, now you have like a platform. Dude, imagine you ball out against Chelsea, right? Then now Chelsea are probably gonna go buy you, right? So I think it's cool because you get a little bit more visibility to some of those like smaller teams that maybe before would have only gotten like a playoff game, but now they have a little bit more like runway to actually make something happen, which I think is cool. And but yeah, I think with Europa League it's tough because you don't get those big teams going down, so maybe you don't have those like big name teams like playing for
Yeah.
Europa League. But
As a casual, I'm saying.
as a casual, but I think like, dude, like, I might be watching the Europa League next season, and for me, right, like maybe I'm happy now that a team's not dropping down and ruining my team's chances of winning Europa League.
But that's
Right?
good football, though.
Hmm?
That's better
Yeah,
football.
but realistically,
Yeah, but I'd rather win, right?
how many of you guys watched as a casual fan watched what's it called?
Europa League.
Not Europa League.
Conference?
League.
Barely.
An actual game.
I watched the finals.
Exactly.
Conference
So
League
it's
is
not
tough
for you
because
guys.
Conference League is tough because it plays the same time as Europa League.
Well, exactly.
Right,
So,
so-
like, it doesn't. I'm saying it doesn't affect the casual fan. Down saying it affects casual fans who want to watch. 'Cause
Yeah,
the
yeah.
slower teams. Well, they're not watching it anyways. I know
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not.
Yeah,
And I'll watch the finals. Sometimes I don't even know who's in the finals. So it's for
Yeah.
those smaller teams that get that exposure for the players, for the team. They make money.
yeah.
It's a good thing.
But now let's say you do win Europa League.
Mm.
Not saying you, but a team wins Europa League. United wins Europa League.
Yeah.
It's not the same as winning the Europa League 2 years ago.
Still the same trophy.
Yeah, it's the same trophy, but it's not worth the wait to me because like the teams are weaker.
Well, not
The
what? Like,
teams are weaker.
not always.
are.
They are overall weaker because you don't get those drop downs, but you still probably get decent teams in it. Like you're still gonna have teams from like all the big leagues that are playing for Europa Leagues. I think like now what you're seeing is because of just more football, more money, like more everything. I think each league now has more better teams. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? I feel like every league now, instead of having like 2 good teams, they all have like 5 or 6 or 7.
Yeah, but that's not to say the players are the way in terms of quality might have spread out, but it's not to say that now there's a huge influx of quality footballers now playing. They might be evenly like leveled in terms of quality per like the league, but it's not like all the teams are suddenly just 5-star teams now.
I also think though, like,
Because like not to say like ballers just came out of nowhere. Not everyone has ballers in their team. No, it's just maybe everyone has the same amount of money they can spend equally.
Yeah,
but
so you have more higher quality teams. Like you have like even in the Prem now, you have like more teams that can go out there and give a good show, give a good run because they have like a little bit more quality in their side. So now it's a more watchable team right now. So I think you're seeing you're gonna have more of those teams that are gonna be fighting in like Europa League, some maybe in Conference League too. So there's still gonna be probably that quality there, but it might just not be like, let's say for example like Barca dropping down, right? And then now you have that big name
like
Barca
a shocking
team
moment.
playing. Right, like you're gonna have like whatever teams that are there, like they're gonna be like probably pretty solid.
So would you
I
say
don't know.
that
I'm
maybe?
probably not
So
gonna
would you say
watch
that
it,
maybe
but-
that obviously having these competitions and having these teams now have more money, whatever it is, that now you're getting to have a larger pool of more quality players being shown and like being like seen by others because you have more teams competing in more games, more players available to play. Like the quality of players is eventually going to just continue to rise now that there's more competition.
Well, technically, yeah.
Well,
I mean, if there's more players being showcased, there's more opportunity for more players to be seen.
and then there's more football being played across nations.
Yeah, I mean theoretically yes, because like you're playing more games, so like technically like if you think about it, more match practice against
More
better teams
more
should
rotation.
mean that you're getting better as a footballer. But 2, I think that teams have more money, but now I think more teams are gonna have those like big player sales. Like before, you didn't. It was like whatever. It was teams from the Prem. It was like big teams from Germany, Italy, Spain that were feeding off of teams from the same league, or maybe they were feeding from an Ajax or like a Benfica. Right, they were buying players from these teams. But now because maybe you have a team in Conference League or Europa League that like goes on a run, you might have like a 30 million, 40 million euro player that's getting bought from Copenhagen. And all of a sudden Copenhagen has all these funds that they can now start to rebuild their squad with and then build more talent, more ballers if they're a team that can actually spend that money well. So I think like overall we're going to see more ballers. It's a very long way to get to that.
But would you say also increase in value of players because everyone's now able to offer more money to these players?
The values have I think have inflated ever since Neymar got sold. Like that transfer I think just inflated values like crazy, and now you're seeing that kind of trickle down effect where it's like because teams have more money from TV rights, playing more games, that they're willing to spend more on a player. Like a player that before a team wouldn't have spent more than 25 million on, teams can now spend 60 on, like no problem. Right.
And the prices got dropped a little bit though.
A little bit, like, but they're still like a little ridiculous, right? Like when you're thinking about like a player can have like half a good season, like Mr. Marmouche, let's say for example, where he balled out, and then all of a sudden, like in 6 months, the team is able to make $80 million on a player.
Yeah, but like look
Right?
who you're selling it to.
Exactly, but
Is that-
but now Frankfurt has 80 million euros that they can use to reinvest into their squad, use their scouting and build up the next
Yeah,
player,
it's just
right?
like-
So
it's just
it almost
funnel.
becomes like a little bit of like a funnel. Like those bigger teams have all that money. Now they're paying a lot more for players, and if those teams can scout well, they can rebuild their squad and be more competitive. So that's why I think you're seeing, because of that trickle down effect, you're starting to see like more teams in each league have that little bit more quality, right? Like Bologna a few years ago, they
Yeah, I know.
didn't have much quality. Fiorentina, like they kind of lost their way a little bit, but now look at them,
They're
right?
back.
They're back, right? And they're same thing with Frankfurt. I think is another example. Like they never really had a lot of quality about them, but now that they've been able to sell a few of these players to like these teams that had money, they've been able to build up. Same with Bournemouth. Same with like Brighton, right? Like
Nottingham.
Nottingham.
A lot of
right?
these mid teams are going to start making it now.
Yeah.
They're going to start more game time.
And
more
dude, like
fans.
imagine if you're Nottingham, you make like Europa League, or even if you make Champions League, but then like Man City come in and they want to buy Murillo, your center back, for like 80 mil. Now all of a sudden you have even more money that you can go and rebuild your squad, right? So there's
And-
more money. I don't know.
And my final point with like Daniel saying how like we're not gonna see those teams from Champions League trickle down to Europa League. I always thought it was kind of like unfair and scummy to see these teams that are like they're top teams.
You lose, so you can still make it.
Yeah,
in.
like why are these teams that are losing getting favorited now and getting put into another tournament? It's not fair.
Because they almost made it.
you know what I mean? It's not fair in my eyes. If you lose, you lose, and that's it.
Yeah,
You don't go put in another tournament, and now you take a prize out of someone else's pool. Like no, like that's not fair to me, and that's why I also really like this new system, Champions League.
Yeah.
It makes it fair for everyone.
Yep.
I like it.
Do you guys also like kind of think it rewards mediocrity? Because we had someone like City, I think 3 wins, 2 ties, 3 losses, and they still made it through to the next round.
Yeah.
Whereas would have this been possible with last year's format?
Could have been. If anything, like I think with the old format, you had a better chance of being able to be mediocre and making it.
Read how many wins and draws again?
So it's 3 wins, 2 draws, 3 losses.
So you have what?
11 points.
11 points. But here you're also playing more games.
2 more games.
Yeah.
You
But-
could, yeah. You could potentially make it out with 11 points in the old format.
No,
No, you
easily
100%
you make it.
easily.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
say, let's say you take those 2 extra games,
1 win and a tie away.
2 extra games, you take 4 points away. Let's
Yeah.
say this in between averages 2
7.
points per game.
You have a 50-50 chance of making it with 7 points, I would
yeah,
say.
yeah.
Take
You
a
can,
coin flip.
you can literally make it into 3rd place and make it into like that. What's that? Last year, if you made 3rd place,
Yeah, like a wild card.
wild card. That was
Yeah,
the
yeah.
one, right? Wild card. You can make a wild card position.
Yeah. But then sometimes you'd be in a group where 3 teams finish with 9 points. And
Yeah.
then
and 3 or 1
Right.
or something.
and then that team in 3rd place, they're out because of goal difference, right? So I think either way, like there are times where you can kind of get screwed for being in like a group where it was almost too balanced, that teams are taking points off each other, and you could still get kind of you could still get rewarded for mediocrity. Like I'm sure there was teams that kind of made it through with like 7 points in groups sometimes, right? Because everything was maybe just so balanced that teams were like tying each other a lot. Maybe they only won 1 game and they tied the rest, and you still made it through, right? Now I think you actually have to play your best 11 for the full 8 games to actually like qualify through and not have to worry about playing a playoff game.
Yeah.
Because realistically speaking, like I don't think Pep is happy that he has to go
course
play
not.
Madrid in a playoff, right? Like
More games against a tough opponent.
You know what I mean?
He's
Like-
already going nuts.
yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? And like you said, it makes them more mediocre. At the end of the day, I'm sure everyone expected City to be in the top 8. So it does look bad for them.
And Madrid.
And Madrid. So it does look bad. You might
Mm.
say it's kind of mediocre how they still made it. Like but it looks bad for them. It still looks bad for them. And it's, yeah, I love this new system, formation format. It's you're going to see, this is the first year, next year, and the years from them, you could see some other teams doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, this year the Liga had a little bit of a run.
Yeah.
With
You know what I
Brest,
mean?
Lille. What other team?
PSG.
PSG. No, there was another one.
Monaco.
Monaco.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
They had a lot of teams make it through.
Yeah.
That's good for the league, right?
Yeah.
But I want to switch the subject to something a little different. We were at the obviously the Forge versus Monterrey, not Monterrey, like
Monterrey.
like Spatty said,
Monterrey.
game this past week, and it wasn't confirmed yet, but the day after it was confirmed that Sergio Ramos joined Monterrey. So unfortunately, we weren't able to see him play. But have you guys read his contract
No.
and how crazy it is?
Talk to us.
It
about
is the stupidest thing ever.
Why?
Basically, Monterrey sold their soul.
Damn.
Basically. So he signs for a year, obviously. He's getting paid $4 million, I think, plus variables. So it's obviously the most paid, the highest paid player. I
Is that
believe in the league.
pesos?
No, man. If that's pesos, it's like
No, if it's pesos, like
100
100
grand.
million, yeah.
What's the currency though? Euros?
Yeah.
Probably
I think
Euros.
it's euros, probably. He gets to choose what games he wants to play.
What?
Yes.
But like a certain amount?
He could get to choose whatever amount of games
So
he
you
wants
could
to play.
play. You could choose to play 1 game.
He can do whatever he wants, basically.
Nah.
So let's say he's fit to play. DeMichelis doesn't put him on the team sheet. He's like, I want to play
He
this
gets to
one.
choose what games he wants to play.
But how if DeMichelis doesn't want him on?
I don't make the contract. This is what it says here.
That's crazy.
He gets obviously a bonus for every game he plays in the club World Cup. So he gets bonuses for playing. So
Just the
obviously
World Cup?
he's gonna play. He's gonna want to play, but he gets to choose a game.
they're in the Club World Cup. Eh?
Monterrey.
yeah. They're a good side.
He gets a bonus
Yeah,
for
he's a good player.
starting. So he's getting bonuses to like,
It's all bonuses.
but he can still choose whatever games he wants to play. He strictly said he wants to be captain right away. So he's captain of the team.
Damn.
Bonuses for goals and assists, 2% for each jersey sold
2%.
Ooh.
That's a lot.
with his name and his number. He also chose number 93. I'm sure you guys know the reference.
What's
Oh,
the
his
reference?
93rd minute goal or something?
His 93rd minute goal against Atletico Madrid
To win Champions League.
to win Champions
That's
League.
crazy.
That's funny as hell. Good for him.
It's because they're out there. The center back has that number, I think.
Yeah, I forgot.
Hector?
But you could choose whatever number you want, right? So that's a funny thing. total what's it called, rights of his image. So it's all him. So I guess he gets, whenever it's used, he gets paid for it.
Wait, he has all the rights, or they have?
He has all the
rights?
rights to his image.
Wow.
What else is here? Freedom to negotiate with whoever he wants to, whenever he wants to. Guarantees security, logistics, and like housing for him and his family. I also heard that
I'd want
His
that for
wife
sure.
doesn't want to go. I saw.
yeah, his wife doesn't want to go. Her wife doesn't want to go. He's the ambassador for Monterrey in the Club World Cup, or the World Cup of 2026. I also heard that he wants to live right beside Sergio Canales. He wants to have a driver with him 24/7. And there was like so many other like small speculations. But basically, everyone, I saw this guy and some Mexican guy, he's like, Monterrey sold their soul for Sergio Ramos.
Good.
And they don't like it. But obviously it brings, faces to the league, and it's a big name at the end of the day. But
I mean, if there's a time to sell your soul for a player, it's like before a big event, like the Club World Cup, right?
Do you think this is the biggest signing in Liga MX, or was there someone else like Ronaldinho, El Gaucho?
Querétaro or whatever.
Querétaro, remember
I
that?
forgot that you were playing the Mexican league.
There's actually some ballers that played in Liga MX. Let me search it up as you guys talk. I want
Right.
to see which
Gignac
ballers
was
were.
there. I don't know if he's still there.
Yeah, I think he's still there.
Talvin,
Talvin was there too.
These
that-
guys aren't the same level as like
No,
a Dino
obviously.
or like a Ramos.
Yeah.
probably Cuauhtémoc Blanco.
Yeah.
Chicharito back to the league.
He's still
So-
Yeah,
there.
but he doesn't play though. The guy's like injury prone.
I'm sure like maybe some of those like other Mexican ballers like Hugo Sanchez, like did those guys ever go back and play in Liga
Yeah,
MX?
for sure.
I'm more speaking about European talent that went to go play.
Hugo MX. Oh,
That went to go play in the Liga MX.
I can't even think of players besides the ones we named already.
That's what I'm searching up to.
yeah. But I feel like I mean, to be honest, like if you're gonna target a specific nation of probably Spanish players
Oh,
because you speak the language, right?
I have a list here of players. So
Ooh, a new one that came
new
this
one
year
just
too.
came recently. Rodriguez, James Rodriguez.
Oh yeah, he's playing good.
Oh yeah.
Apparently he's playing well, dude. Not for anything, but this guy got like let go from the last 3 clubs he's played on. I don't know how he just decides to he plays when he wants to. This guy,
Yeah, I was gonna say he's a brat. That's
I'm
why.
sure his contract's crazy too.
Yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do though.
so yeah, Ronaldinho. We had Sergio Ramos, Dani Alves for Pumas.
Ooh, Danny
Oh,
Alves.
yeah,
Remember
true,
that?
Yeah.
Oliver Torres is playing now. Lucas Ocampos is playing now as well, and Sergio Canal. So all these Spanish Liga players coming to put Monterrey now is pretty good for them.
They're making a big move clearly.
Yeah.
Bro, who owns them, man? How they have this much bread?
I don't know.
Not too sure.
Jeremy Menez, Copa America,
Menez.
Club America. Sorry, Guignac's still there, right? But yeah, like there's some big signings, decent signings.
A lot of these, we're noticing it now. I think more than ever. A lot of these, we're noticing a lot of these like smaller leagues are starting to get some good quality players,
especially
right?
the Brasileiro.
Brazilian league, Liga MX. You can say as well, like maybe MLS, they're getting some players here and there, but like they're starting to really push to get these players because they know that you have to if you want the game to grow. in
That's
your
why they're
league.
doing the Club World Cup,
Yeah,
because all these nations are gonna have big players now.
yeah,
You got to have a big player representing your club. As what you just said it.
yeah.
He's gonna be the ambassador of
Ramos,
the
he
team.
wants to be the
But
ambassador.
that's for the World Cup.
Still, it's huge for him to be there.
You got to be known. You got to be known by other teams and stuff. It makes sense to me, and I kind of like it. It's cool, especially I think that brings more eyes to the Club World Cup because now you're seeing Ramos. Before that, who are you gonna
Monterrey's
see?
in the Club World Cup.
Yes,
Yeah.
they are.
Like before that, Canales, he's a good player. Ocampos, but now Ramos, like that's a
Now
big
you have
name.
all these guys playing too,
Yeah,
right? So
they're
it's
all
like
together.
it's a good time to do it, right? At the end of the day, because I'm sure like the clubs are probably going to be financially compensated in some way for Club World Cup games, right? So especially like you probably want to make it a little bit further if you could. Like if you go through and you have like a pretty big like quarterfinal, semifinal, like imagine they go through and they end up playing like a
Real Madrid.
Madrid or like a Juve, like someone like that's a huge game for them as a club, and but also for their fans. Like, dude, imagine what kind of experience you can give to your fans if you make a run in a tournament like that,
Yeah.
and you're probably putting yourself in a pretty good position to do so with like some of these European players, even if they're like not purely in their prime, like they can still go and ball.
They still have names,
Right.
and like you said, imagine you see a Real Madrid facing Monterrey in Mexico.
Oh,
how much
dude.
money that's bringing to the club, the city, the
Yeah.
people, the views, everything. It's so you have to invest. At the end of the day, in any business, you have to invest to see growth.
Now's the time to do it with like the World
Yes.
Cup coming to North America, to Mexico, to US. Like it's a good time.
Yeah.
To at least take your shot.
It's probably because, yeah, as you said, they're pretty much guaranteed money for the Club World Cup, so that's why they're investing that money that they don't have yet, but they're gonna get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the teams that are in their group are actually Inter Milan,
That's sick.
River Plate,
Dang.
and Urawa Reds.
See, I like
Yeah.
that. Like that's a cool group.
They can maybe make it out of that group too. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Like a Ramos, Sergio Canales just playing well against Inter
And his
Milan.
turf shoes.
That'd be sick. That's sick.
He might be ripping turf shoes
I'm
the
actually
whole
very
time, bro.
excited for the Club World Cup this year.
Yeah, it should be cool.
It's gonna be super cool. I think we're gonna see some upsets and just
Yeah, for sure.
some good quality football from a lot of teams.
There's gonna be some dirty.
It'll be cool as long as
Let's
the
go to mic
teams
drop.
take it seriously.
I think they will. I
There's
think
gonna be
they
some
will.
dirty
Well,
matchups.
yeah, well,
Trophy.
even Chelsea didn't have Palmer playing Conference League because they
Now they
wanted
do.
to.
Now he's playing Conference League.
Yeah, they put him into
Yeah,
the
they
next
put him
group.
into the next group.
I guess that makes sense.
Now
I
they
guess you
wanna
don't really
win.
need to have them
Yeah.
in conference
Yeah.
league, like playing like
But-
in the
Yeah.
group stage.
I'm sure a lot of these teams are going to have a lot of players
Star
playing.
players, hopefully,
And it's the
That'd be
first time
fun.
doing it, so like you want to win it, right?
because now it's like I think there's more eyes on the Club World Cup now because I feel like this is the most it's ever been marketed.
Yeah.
And I think
Yes.
the new format of it I think is also more intriguing
The new
to
format.
watch.
Yeah, and I mean, it's so accessible.
Yeah,
It's on the zone for free
yeah, yeah.
all over the world.
Really?
You don't. Yeah, you don't
Worldwide?
need. You don't need a subscription.
Let's see about that.
Where on what?
The
It
zone
is. It's true.
They're not going to make it. They're going to make it available to everyone.
available to everyone.
Yeah.
You could be in. You could be on a boat in the Indian Ocean.
Well, the zone is global, right? So
It's-
they have
yeah.
a lot of viewers.
You'll be able to log in and watch.
I feel like that's
A
only
huge
gonna
play.
be for the first year, just to see how viewership is.
Yeah,
Well,
but I
not
think
for
it also
anything.
transitions well. Like,
Yeah.
like imagine you're watching the Club World Cup on there, and then you get an ad for DAZN showing that they also showcase Champions League.
But you have to pay
Yeah.
for it, and then
Yeah.
you're going to buy it.
No, yeah,
like,
for
oh,
sure.
okay,
but
I'll
but they
just
won't.
get it
This won't
now.
last. I'm saying.
Yeah, no, probably not. But the Club World Cup, I also don't think it's not going to be every year.
No, it's
No.
every 4 years.
It's every few years, right?
Yeah.
Every
Oh,
4
okay.
years. Yeah.
Then it might be free all the time. Then I thought it was like every like 2 or something.
No. It's like Fortnite. It's free. Then there's in-game,
No, well,
in-game
Game Pass.
purchases, bro.
Well, the Intercontinental Cup is every year,
Yeah.
Yeah, that too.
formerly known as the Club World Cup.
Yeah.
But Club World Cup's the big tournament now.
Santos are not in the Club World Cup.
No, Santos.
Why would
stink.
they be in the
Nah.
Club World Cup?
That'd be sick. I'm just saying.
His
that'd be
Neymar.
crazy.
Barca are not.
Minero?
Yeah, they also
Barcelona,
stink.
yeah.
That's fine.
It's an injustice.
No, it'd be cool. Like imagine like the zone is free. You get to watch the game, but if you want like extra insight scoops, you have to pay for like subscription. They got,
Imagine
like,
you want to
locker
you want to
room.
hear the commentary.
that'd
You
be
gotta you get to watch it. We get to watch it on mute for free. But then if you want to unlock the commentary,
If you want
or like
different
or like
skins,
English is free, but you have to pay for other languages, or get like exclusive like camera footage in the locker rooms is like
Yeah.
extra like $10 a month.
no,
There
but
you
I
go.
think overall I think it's good because it's the first time they're really doing it in this
It's
format. I think
huge,
it's
man.
huge for DAZN to kind of step up and like offer it like in that way, and I think it'll be good because like you said, it makes everything accessible for everyone to watch. It gives them like a high quality platform for them to be able to kind of tune into all the games, all the action, highlights too. I know they always have on DAZN as well, so I think that's always good.
I'm wondering if it's gonna be flooded with ads.
Probably.
Could be.
bro.
They got to recoup some of that
Yeah.
somehow.
Halftime will be a lot of ads for sure.
Any
Yeah.
pop-ups on screen?
Oh yeah, they do that in South America already.
click the X button. Something
In South
else
America,
pops
like
up.
middle of the game, they'll be like, whoa, whoa, whoa. It's just, like some commentary like color tires in the bottom.
Commercial for coffee or something.
Yeah.
But like it's mid game.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, just like
Or
some massive thing just across the screen.
They might do that.
Or it'll be
mid-roll.
like what's it called? Like Sarah is 2 kilometers away from you.
I don't get those ads, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Only Dave.
Targeted in it.
Yeah, it's targeted, bro.
But yo, would you guys pay extra to hear like obviously an AI version of your favorite commentators on whatever game you guys watch?
Ooh, interesting.
An AI.
Well, who's your favorite commentator?
Ray
Like,
Hudson?
for example, like a Ray Hudson,
Ray
like
Hudson.
Alan Smith duo,
Yeah.
like something that wouldn't happen in real life.
Or like your nan, like commentating for you.
Yeah,
Just upload someone's voice into like the system, and like you have
Yeah.
Michael Jackson commentating a game for you.
Donald Trump and
Even
Biden.
Or like Snoop Dogg, like because he voices everything nowadays, bro.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty funny.
I mean, I'm
It
sure
would
you
be
could do it
pretty cool.
yourself. Like, hey, whatever AI, whatever site it is, like, make do a commentary for me as the game goes on. I'm sure you could get it.
Not
That'd
for
be tough, man.
not for free, brother.
That's way too
Not for
Not
free,
a service
obviously.
like that.
Dude, that's a great. Dude, we're gonna cut this from this episode, and we're gonna just create it
Yeah,
ourselves.
yeah.
Man. It's good, actually good invention.
That is.
Would you guys pay for that? though?
AI commentary, just anyone you want, just
That's cool.
live commentary.
I would pay for it.
$5
But like, how much you talking about? here, though?
$5-10.
Let's say for a season.
No, let's say do a monthly subscription and the yearly subscription.
I think it's included in your package. With whatever
No. Okay, yeah,
No,
fine,
no.
fine.
Yo,
How much does it
I'm
add
taking
on?
this too serious.
How much does it add on to the monthly and the yearly?
Let's say monthly. Let's say
8 bones a month.
no.
Extra onto your thing.
I'd say like $50 a month.
No,
No,
that's
no,
a lot.
extra. So
What?
the-
Extra, yeah, like extra added on.
No,
No,
man.
I'm
That's
not
a lot
paying
of
for
money.
that.
The regular
What's the
subscription-
most you would pay then?
$10.
Yeah, probably like
10
10. Yeah.
Yeah.
On
a
top
month?
of your subscription?
Yes.
I don't think it's like a crazy thing to
Yeah, it's not.
to
It doesn't add
do.
anything crazy.
because AI already does everything.
But commentators make games sometimes, bro. Let's keep it 1,000.
You know who I'll get? The Mexican guy.
You could probably just
Nah.
turn them on. You probably just
I'd
doing
get
it.
I'd get the Wassa guy. Wassa.
Yalla, yalla.
Or if you could combine like different language commentators together.
That'd be pretty crazy.
You like the
That'd be
Arabic guy,
sick.
you get the Mexican guy.
Yeah,
That'd
That could be
crazy.
actually pretty cool.
that'd
Actually,
be funny.
like no lie, it would be cool.
AI, get it done.
But it's tough because like now you have to like pay these people to use their voice because they
Yeah,
can't
of
just do it for
course.
free.
Means
Yeah.
I wouldn't want anyone using my voice.
Gotta
for
license
anything.
their voice first.
Yeah,
right?
then it becomes expensive. Yeah.
Like that's probably why it can't happen.
Yeah.
I think it might though, sometime in the future.
I can see
Possibility,
it.
right?
Yeah.
That's interesting. You bring that up because that makes me think. Would you guys rather watch a game with no sound, so no commentary and just no volume, or listen to a game on the radio?
That's tough. It's tough because I know visuals a lot. Like it's pretty much the whole thing, but the sound does make a lot. Like the game's a lot more boring without sound. But that's for any sport. Like I'm not just talking about soccer here. It is a tough decision. Like obviously I want to watch it, so I'm gonna take obviously watching it. But without sound, it's not the same.
But at the same time, dude, you can watch a game with shit commentary.
Said yeah.
I'd rather
Yeah.
listen to
Said yeah.
an
100%.
amazing commentary with no visual because I can just picture myself.
Yeah.
Than watch a game with shitty commentary because then you're falling asleep.
Yeah.
Facts.
You're literally falling asleep. Some of these. No,
He's bad.
You guys know people watching the city commentaries. You said the other day the guy like burped on freaking
Yeah,
live
there's-
television.
no, that was TLN.
Oh,
Oh.
same
Someone-
guy though.
No, a different guy.
Oh,
Because they have the FUBO guy and then the other guy. I don't know. It was just quiet for like a minute. He's like, "Bruh." What the hell?
Bro, sometimes you get gassy, man. A little too many sips of the brio, and you're
And a lot of them are
feel like
favorites, right? Like the Milan one, the Milan guy.
yeah.
No, he's good, but like he favorites
That's crazy.
Milan like hard.
No, I think I would rather listen to the radio and have like a Spanish commentator or like a Brazilian guy or like.
Yeah.
No, but you gotta understand them though.
no, but
Like,
like,
obviously
their commentary is a lot more detailed than like this
I'm
guy
saying,
talking about
like a
like
Spanish-
Spanish random statistics from like 70 years
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah.
no, the Spanish guys are like every single step they're talking about it.
Yeah.
He's on the left foot, right foot, left foot, side step. Like he's going off. Like they go off.
Yeah, imagine that in English is.
Yeah, no, they
In
don't.
English
do that.
don't
They
make
don't do that.
sense.
They start talking about like the gaffers, like favorite breakfast. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you got the FUBO guy, not the FUBO guy, the Serie A guy. Oh, Bremer is a center back, Brazilian. He's very good today, and he plays center back. Like he just says like the
Nothing.
most obvious things.
nothing.
Like okay, nice man.
Yeah, because like
No effort.
going off of that, like I'd rather watch a stream like a 144p stream with lit commentators over like a 8K 144 hertz
Yeah.
whatever with
Damn.
dreadful commentators every single day.
I disagree.
Really?
I need
taking the
good
visuals.
footage.
Yeah,
Really?
I'm taking the visuals all
Yeah.
day, bro.
Really?
I can't watch like grimy footage.
Nah, bro, I can't listen to dreadful commentary, man. Like I could get by with the footage.
I can't.
Damn.
I need the footage. Like sometimes, even if, especially if I'm watching multiple games, like sometimes I'll just watch on mute.
That's crazy.
No, okay, you're a serial
No,
killer.
you're-
That's crazy.
What do you
man.
mean? Like,
Who
dude,
the
like-
hell watches
This guy's
games
doing
on
his
mute?
own
no,
commentary,
bro.
bro.
Like, no, I'm saying if you're watching multiple games, you're not having the commentary on both games.
Yeah.
On one of them,
Okay,
at
but if you're
least.
watching one game, we're not talking multiple.
Oh, okay. If I'm talking one, I had to choose. I'm still taking the visuals.
You're dead silence.
I would rather. Yeah, it's fine. I'd rather watch the game. I'll throw some music on. Throw a little podcast on.
bro. Come on.
I'd rather have the visuals.
That's you supplementing it with something else by saying I'd rather put some music on and then a podcast.
But
on.
dude,
No, you can't put anything on. Like, it's just that or
Dude,
that.
think about it. You're never gonna get to see those moments in live time.
Yeah, but you could imagine them.
I don't want to imagine it, bro. I want to see that moment in live time, bro.
If I want to imagine, I'll just read a book.
Hey, I'm saying imagine it, but I took visual. But like, I had a lot of training with the Serie A commentator, so
yeah, but like, dude, like, but the thing is, then you can just put the game on mute. You know what I mean? Like, and you can still watch the game.
But like,
You can still enjoy the game.
You won't ever hear chants of your team.
That's fine.
You won't hear like your team's song at the end of the game or before the game or
That's
whenever
fine.
they play it.
Yeah.
I guess you won't see like the banners of the fans.
Like,
and
would you
everything.
rather seen Aguero scoring that late minute goal
Or
or
hearing it.
hearing it?
Not hearing it. for
hearing
sure.
it, bro.
Okay,
Dude.
that one, hearing it, but dude, okay.
What do you mean that one?
but
That's a
there's
lot of
moments
moments
like
like that.
that.
Okay, well,
Moments like
name another one.
Okay, would you-
Absolutely orgasmic.
okay. So let's say now
Arranca Messi.
let's say
Messi,
Ronaldo's
Messi.
bicycle kick against Juventus, hearing or watching it.
Or Bale's bicycle
Watching
kick,
it.
or any of these Champions League moments.
Ronaldo's is watching it. That was a crazy bicycle. And Bale's.
The Messi one though, arranca Messi, arranca Messi.
I would
I'm
rather
hearing
I'd
that.
rather watch.
No,
that. I'd rather
no,
watch.
no,
that.
no.
Or even the Martial one. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that was yeah.
Welcome to Manchester, Anthony Martial. And then like in the same weekend, Benteke scored a bicycle kick. Oh, Benteke bicycle.
Yeah, dude, I'm still taking
I'm
the
taking
visuals,
the
man.
audio.
I'm still taking the
man.
visuals.
That's
the
tough.
audio,
That's
bro.
tough.
Bro, you guys haven't been in the trenches with those 240p streams.
Can you imagine,
bro. Y'all don't
like
know
you
that,
hear,
man.
you're hearing the radio, you're driving to school or work, and you hear, "That was orgasmic."
Okay, no, like let's
Orgasmic.
say you go to a sports bar for like the World Cup semifinal. If there's no good feed for me to zone in on the game, I'm gonna be upset.
That's totally different. You're chatting
How?
with your boys.
So what?
You're drinking. You're not even paying attention. Like you don't want to hear this.
Yeah,
No,
but
I
we're-
need a good feed though.
It's part of the solution.
No,
though.
we're
It's
talking
part
about
of the
solo.
plan.
Man,
we're,
solo
we're,
dolo.
we were watching the Champions League final last year, and I swear the audio was delayed.
It was. They
That
had
was
two
terrible,
TVs. One
man.
was on time, one wasn't, and the audio was delayed. Was on.
Okay,
the one was
delayed
delayed.
audio is a problem.
That's
but
even worse. That's the worst thing.
I can't watch 240p soccer though. It's gonna frustrate me.
480.
No, it's too frustrating.
How?
Even 720p HD looks bad these days.
Again,
Bro, your
bro.
favorite
You're
players,
spoiled, bro.
your
man.
favorite players were playing in black and white.
Bro.
You can find HD footage
Dude,
of Pele
bro,
though.
are you watching Pele in black and white, bro? This guy talking about 720 soccer.
Were you
now.
watching Neymar and Santos in freaking 480 2K?
The highlights are in HD, yeah.
Nah.
The highlights, yeah.
It's all AI.
Like Bobby, and
Like
real, though.
I swear said yeah, didn't get HD till like 2018.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I've been trained for just picture, just to watch.
Yeah. You go back to like 2006 La Liga highlights, they're like grainy.
That brings.
They're like 140p.
But
I
the
don't get it.
nostalgia,
Yeah,
bro.
It gives
makes
it a
sense.
feeling,
That's
bro.
the feeling it brings to you, man.
Nah, man.
When you watch like highlights that like look recent, like it's not as doesn't hit
It's not the
as hard.
same. It doesn't.
No, like I was watching 1994 World Cup highlights today, and it was remastered in HD, and it looked great.
I don't like.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
no, no. I don't like that. I don't
Game's
like
gone mad, bro.
that. Yeah, when you're watching freaking 1984 HD 4K quality.
Yeah,
no,
what the heck?
it's that
It's
game
so
is
clear.
done. No, I want to feel like I'm there, man. I want to feel like I'm.
Well,
I'm
if you're,
telling my,
if you're there, it's gonna
No,
be
no, no.
clear, bro.
I want to feel like I'm turning on that
This guy thinks
freaking
he's gonna
big
go
ass
to the
TV,
World Cup in the
man.
80s is gonna be blurry, bro.
live. I'm watching football live. It's like,
And in black and
This guy was
white.
in black and white in the 50s, bro.
Nah.
Dave thinks as the years go on, your vision just gets better. That's why.
no,
yeah.
but watching turning the TV on and watching the 02 World Cup with that like box TV.
Yeah, I mean,
The
that's
69
That's the-
aspect
that's
ratio,
the
bro.
feeling, bro.
That was a vibe, bro.
Or you turn on the TV and you try to touch the screen and you feel the bzzz, like you
Static?
get stung
You
by
can't get too
it.
close.
Stung. This guy just said you got stung by the TV. But yeah. Do you guys have anything else?
Good
I think we
question.
could end it there.
Yeah, we got Champions League this week. Want to do some quick predictions? We got
Yeah,
some
we-
predictions or anything at all?
Yeah, we could
Yeah,
do it
let's
quick.
do it.
Why not?
Quick predictions. I can pull up the games quick here.
Okay, yeah, go. Well, we can start off with here. We'll start off with Juve PSV since I have that top of my head already.
Why is it at the top of your head?
Because tomorrow, man, Juve PSV. Who you guys got? I got Juve win 1-0,
1-0.
2-0, 2-0. Colomawani goal.
Yeah, he's the only one scoring.
Yeah,
on your
he's the
team,
only one
bro.
that can score for
This
us.
guy
Man.
resurrected your club, bro.
Good. He's bringing back his Bundesliga form.
Yes.
Not really, bro.
100%.
He wasn't scoring like this in the Bundesliga.
Yes, he was. He was top goal scorer.
He wasn't top goal
He was top. Yes, he was at that point. Yes, he was.
scorer.
No, I got Santi Jimenez bagging against Juve. Oh wait, he's not on the team
That's
anymore.
Milan.
I got
He,
it.
wa- he wasn't.
He wasn't at
was
PSV.
never
Oh, he was on
PSV,
Feyenoord.
bro. He was never on PSV. bro.
My bad. My
This
bad.
guy really tried something.
I don't
over
watch
here.
Eredivisie, but who?
Huh?
I got Juve, man. Only because they got Colomboani.
I mean,
Kulumuwani.
PSV are first place in Eredivisie, but you know you have been in fire, great form recently.
In fire.
On fire.
We've been both. We've been on and in it.
Yeah, there you go. So I got Juve.
Yes.
Would you have
2-1.
been thinking the same thing if Colo wasn't there?
No.
Yeah,
fuck.
yeah, probably.
It,
No.
it
Probably
probably
tie.
would have been it probably would have because they're at home first leg too because they finished lower in the standings, so they get the first leg at home.
If they had Cole at the beginning of the Champions League season, they wouldn't be in this group knockout.
Yeah, they would.
playoff right now.
Yeah, they would.
Yeah.
It would have been higher up in the playoff.
Yeah.
but
They still would have been in the playoffs.
There's
for
only
sure.
so
Let's not
much
go-
a
let's not go
player
crazy.
can do, especially in Champions League.
Well,
we-
he's doing a lot. He's getting them 2 more points than just one.
yeah,
more
we,
points every week,
our,
bro,
our
adds up.
main problem was finishing, and now we have someone that can actually finish.
If
the
it's
ball.
one guy, then he's getting you 2 more points.
Yeah, and you know what? He can run in behind too. So like
He could dribble,
when
too.
they do play
Even
like
Vlahovic
a
can.
little bit more back, which they tend to do sometimes. Like it gives them an outlet for the
I
counterattack.
feel like
right?
they're very linear and just too predictable at times because it was okay. Vlahovic to feet every single time.
Yeah.
You can not Wani now. You can play him to feet. He can create.
Yeah.
Put him to space. He can create. I feel like it's a lot more unpredictable with Wani.
He's also Loki a better finisher than Vlahovic too. Like
Yeah, no, well, yeah, maybe. I just want to say with Kolmawani, he pushes out wide sometimes, which allows someone like Yildiz to push more into the middle, which allows like a rotation, and it's more fluent.
and it's a lot. It puts the opposition's
fluid, I mean.
defenders on their toes
Yeah.
too a little bit.
yeah, probably more what Mota was looking for. Like obviously because when he was coaching at Bologna, right, Xerxes was never just static, right? He was everywhere, right? He was dropping back deep. So I think now maybe he has that striker who's a little bit more mobile, more comfortable with the ball at his feet, and now he can kind of create danger in different areas. And like Dan said, like they're less linear. I'll give him the win. I'll give him the win over PSV.
Unanimous 6-0.
Is Locatelli playing CB or what? Because if he is, I might have to give it to PSV still.
No, I think no, we got Vega now. Vega and Kelly. That could slot or that could slot
I
in.
heard,
Hell yeah.
I, brother, I
Is that
heard,
Kelly?
I heard
Wait,
Lloyd
you
know
Kelly.
what?
I heard Lloyd Kelly at a mare, bro.
Lloyd in space?
Yeah, he did a little bit.
Lloyd
But
Kelly at a
Wait.
mare, bro.
Wait,
I heard
Who?
brothers on the
I was gonna-
timeline
I was
were
gonna say Vega.
cooking Lloyd, bro.
I was saying Vega is actually pretty good.
Yeah, Vega apparently was good, but apparently Lloyd Kelly, like people on the timeline were just trashing him, bro. Like
It was his
there-
first game.
Where's he
there-
from?
was
What
there-
the hell is
Newcastle.
Kelly,
Dude, was there no
From where?
tactics in the
Newcastle.
prem? He was just running around, just throwing his body into challenges all over the field. Like wasn't like tactically playing like his position at all. Like they were
It's okay.
questioning if they even have tactics in the
I
prem.
feel like
after
that
seeing this
happens a
guy
lot
play,
though.
I mean, what country is he from?
First game jitters. He's
England.
English.
That's a
Lloyd
crazy
Kelly?
name.
Man, name like
You don't
Lloyd Kelly.
remember? You don't remember Lloyd Kelly?
No, bro.
Dude, Lloyd Kelly played for Bournemouth. Now he's on Newcastle.
Now he's on.
Now he's on Juve.
You guys
with a
expected for someone-
20 million euro obligation to buy.
He's only gonna play if Cambiasso can't play. Like he's the third string.
you guys expected some guy
Best
from
man's 20
Newcastle
mil on
to
a third
ball out at
string
Juve?
defender.
Yeah. Oh, well, we need it. We don't have any starters. I don't even think Cambiasso's playing tomorrow.
You expected him to ball out, a man from Newcastle?
I'm not saying he's gonna
If he's
ball.
not
I think
this
Vega's
sad.
gonna ball. He's been good. Vega's pretty solid.
But he's just a straight loan.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
no. Apparently they're in talks to get another year and then buy. You know
They
how it
got the
goes.
money for
You know
all
how
these
it
buys, bro?
goes.
You got
Yeah.
the money for these purchases?
Yeah.
Man, Juve fell off so much from when I was growing up.
Why?
Man, I was seeing Marquisio, Vidal, Pirlo, Pogba. Who am I seeing now? Dust.
They're all injured.
Yeah, Luca
You also
Telly.
can't say that's not true.
Our best player is out for the year.
Man, I was watching Tevez and Llorente up top. What am I seeing now?
But now
Yeah,
you
that-
got Kolomwani and Poop Miners, bro.
I used to watch Mandzukic, bro.
Yeah,
Bro,
that's
I
fine.
was
miss
seeing the
Mandzukic, bro.
BBC in the
Who's
back
this, bro?
line.
Other talents. right
What am
there.
I seeing now?
The difference
Lloyd-
is we're
you got
going.
Lloyd Kelly.
We're building now. It's starting
It's a
now.
banter side.
Yeah.
Banter
Not banter.
season.
I wouldn't say banter.
Every team has had those, man.
Yeah.
It happens to all of us.
Man, who'd you guys have at one point?
Bro, we had like a line, like a starting 11 of like Sergi.
Mingueza.
Yeah, we had Mingueza there. We had
Garcia.
we had Des playing right wing one
Lenglet.
time. Lenglet, Umtiti, like broken leg, finished knee, Umtiti.
Yeah.
Put the knee brace on, bro. Like it's men's
We
league,
had the
bro.
pie in there too,
Ricky
bro.
Puig.
Braithwaite.
Yeah, Ricky Pooch, Braithwaite. Like, happens to all of us, bro.
Yeah,
Happens to all of us.
you guys probably put out a front three of like Braithwaite on the left, Dest on the right, Luke De Jong up top.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
that's what it was. Yeah.
And you know what? You guys are real fans for pulling through it, man.
Now
A lot of people wouldn't, bro. A lot of people wouldn't. Not being
Matt,
straight
look
up.
at us. Look at us now.
Look at us now, bro.
Look at us.
Third place in the league.
Yeah.
2 points behind
2
first,
points
bro.
behind.
Yeah, Madrid really slipped up.
Madrid,
That-
bro, Madrid had a 10-point lead, bro. We'll talk
Yeah,
about-
yeah,
we'll
that-
talk about that
that's
later.
What's the
great.
next
Yeah,
game?
we'll
What's
talk
the
about
next
that.
game?
Next game we have, it's a French matchup. Which
A
is
French affair.
French affair. We got Brest versus PSG.
Give me Dembouz all day.
Yeah, dude, the guy's in
The guy's
form.
so- Laugh him.
Dembouz is in Ballon d'Or form.
Tried
right
to
now.
tell you guys,
You
man.
did. You did. You
He
were
told
too
us
early.
this 10 years ago.
You
He's
were
like,
way too
wait,
early, bro.
one day.
Yeah, you're way too early.
One day.
I think at that point, what you said is irrelevant because that was years ago.
It was like last year.
You can't hold on to that like that little piece of hair that's like lingering, bro.
Why not?
You
bro?
Yeah,
said that
but-
years ago.
got a beard.
I never doubted his talent, though.
You know what, man? This is the exact same thing that's gonna happen with Sancho. You guys go, oh.
and I hope it's exactly
And then in
that
3-4
happens.
years, you guys be like, oh, you know what, James? Like you might have been right, bro. He is better than Pulisic. But until that happens, I'm taking PSG
Yeah,
to beat
but-
Brest.
Yeah, but like Sancho just doesn't look athletic.
Yeah, dude, it happens to all of us, bro. Like sometimes we just don't look athletic.
Like he looks
right?
heavy, but he's Caribbean.
Yeah, dude. Sometimes it
What
happens.
does that have to do
Where's
with
the
anything?
Jamaican roots?
Sometimes you have a little bit too much aki,
Ever heard of
too much
Cuauhtemoc
soulfish,
Blanco?
Fantamo.
a little bit too much
Contamo.
oxtail, bro. It happens, bro. You know what? And anyway,
Dembele's at least been athletic, quick,
Yeah, it's
agility.
yeah, but dude, did Dembele have a 20-20 season?
Oh, this
Oh,
guy with this
here we
2020.
go.
You're another one that's holding
Did he
on to
have a
that freaking
20-20
hair
season, bro?
He might now.
this season.
Might be getting there,
Did
bro.
he have a 20-20 season, bro?
Might be there by the end of the season.
In a harder league. I'm doing my best to hold on. But anyway, I got
What game are we talking about?
I got
PSG
PSG
Brest.
winning, man.
Oh, yeah.
This new front three with Cavada, Dembele, and whoever you want, probably Barcola.
Yeah.
Solid, man.
I mean, they're saying
good.
Desiree Doué is second in Golden Boy rankings
He's
right
a
now.
good player, man.
Solid, man. He came.
Is he a
yeah.
center mid?
He
No, he's
can
a
play
winger.
anywhere, man. Winger,
played-
center
he's been
mid,
playing
He
winger.
played
cam,
center mid a bit though.
false nine.
He's just everywhere. He's a good player.
Plus, his idol growing up was Ney.
Yeah, that always means you're
course.
gonna be a good player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
I've yet to see a player whose idol was Ney fail.
Okay, man.
True, man.
I'm sure
So
there
there's
are.
a shit ton
I'm
of.
sure. I'm sure that Newcastle.
Name me
broke it.
one.
I'm sure that
Name me one
Newcastle.
right now. Lloyd Kelly.
What do you think his idol was?
Name
Lord
more.
Kelly?
Probably,
Probably,
probably like
Probably John
Seamus
Terry.
Coleman.
He literally told me his name more.
probably like a.
I asked him.
Probably like a, what's his name again?
Phil Jagielka.
No,
Lion Baines.
Henderson or something.
Hendo.
Jordan Henderson.
Hendo had the streets.
That's
man.
that's
Gareth
quality.
Barry or something like that.
Gareth Barry.
Come on.
Also
Gareth,
quality.
dude, Gareth Barry.
Don't they have all-time Prem appearances?
appearances legend.
Fabian
Yeah,
Delph.
yeah. Fabian Delph. Dude, another,
Fabian
dude,
Delph.
another
Longevity legend, bro.
Dude, a versatile player, man. Fabian.
I got PSG still.
All right, so 6-0 unanimous.
Anybody got-
Actually got Brest.
Don't even go there, man.
Bro, I think I said this last week. We are due one upset, at least.
That's not it.
One
Fair,
upset.
man.
That's not it.
Yeah,
That's
but-
not it, bro.
And Brest will pull through, bro.
It's got to be
Not
some.
it,
It's got to
bro.
be one of these.
PSG against French teams, they dominate.
Name me one.
PSG are serial bottlers.
Name
bro.
me one.
Name one what?
Name me one player.
Doesn't matter, bro.
Jeez.
All I asked was one,
We
bro.
move
Don't
on,
you guys
bro.
play EAFC?
Don't go to the lineup. Don't
We
go to
move
the
on,
lineup.
bro. We move on.
That's only the injured players.
Don't
bro.
you guys
Shout
play
out Jordan Amavi,
EAFC?
Don't they have that right back?
They got a
Shout
Mavi.
out
Yeah?
Jordan Amavi, bro.
Marseille legend, bro.
They have Kenny Lala.
Yeah, that's
Le
what I'm talking
Melu,
They don't got.
They have Lala. I'm pretty
Kamada.
sure, no?
Lise Malou.
Chardonnay, Lala. Yeah.
There you go. Wow.
That's
Dude,
what
so
I was
they,
talking
they
about
have
too.
they have like a Ligue 1, like
Ndiaye.
FIFA 20, like
Aidara.
COVID era league.
They got
like,
this guy named Bassett
super
in the
team.
center mid.
Do they still have Ludovic Ajorc up top?
I don't know. Okay.
Next.
So
Yeah.
Matt just wants to be different.
He's a baller.
Real Madrid, Manchester City.
See, this is where things get tricky
Yeah,
for me.
this is tough.
A little bit.
Not
Real,
really.
Real
Not
Madrid,
really.
man.
It's
Real
not
Madrid,
tricky
man.
at all,
Real
bro.
Madrid,
Madrid
man.
are gonna
Real Madrid, man.
Black
City,
Magic,
bro.
baby.
Dismantle
It's
you.
not hard,
Their
man.
attacking line alone, that's all you need.
I know, bro, but you know what I'm worried about.
I don't care about Madrid's defense.
That's
bro.
what I'm
When
worried
you have
about.
the firepower that Madrid has,
Wait. What is this attacking lineup?
what for Madrid?
Yeah.
Mbappe,
Vinny,
Vini, Rodrigo.
Vinny hasn't.
Don't act like you don't know.
Vinny hasn't scored a La Liga goal.
It doesn't
in-
matter if
in
you need
three
to-
La
Champions
Liga. We're
League.
talking about
3
the CL.
months.
We're talking about
Dude,
the CL, though, bro.
Champions League.
The thing is that Vinny doesn't need to score as long as
as long as
Mbappe's
Mbappe
scoring.
does.
Yeah, I know.
Or Rodrigo.
Rodrigo's
Rodrigo
been
scored-
good. He's
been scoring
I
too.
think he's been better than Vinny.
These guys wake up when it comes to the CL nights, man. They hear that anthem and they turn up.
Yeah, but
No, I got
don't
Madrid.
know, bro.
yeah, but shout out my guy Firms from Box to Box. He said Chouameni turns like a truck. Like,
you go.
I don't know that back line because
He's not wrong.
like I think it's an easy pick. Man City's gonna win the game.
Dude, Chouameni and Asensio at the back. That's tough, bro. And then
Who's sitting out at the
then
back?
You
Lucas
got
Vasquez.
I mean you got Savino Tavares. You got
Sting.
Omar
No,
Marmoush.
What have these guys done in the CL?
Savino.
allow Omar, bro. He hasn't played yet. It's gonna be let him
Exactly.
play, bro. Let him cook.
Jitters.
Yeah, but
Nah,
can,
he's got aura, bro. Come on, bro. He's got
can
too much
touch-
aura to have jitters.
can touch too many guard Haaland?
If he throws his body around,
You
maybe.
say touch
I
too
don't
many?
know, man.
Can Kushinov guard Mbappe?
That guy's not playing.
He scored
He
last
probably
game.
will.
What about
He might.
Stones?
Score, but he's got to
What a player!
defend.
What a player, man.
Stones got cooked last time I watched him too, bro.
Yeah, but Stones is like the
I'll be honest, it's gonna be a
he's
long
like the
game for
English
both
PK.
teams.
Don't say that,
Nah, it's gonna be a long game for both teams. Like both teams might hold 3 or 4, bro. It
That's
might
what
be
I'm thinking. 5-4.
Nah, I think it's gonna be a low
High
scoring
scoring
game.
game is gonna be crazy.
Yeah, it might be one of those where they're just going stroke for stroke.
Maybe, bro.
Hey.
Pardon? You know?
Maybe.
Because to be honest, bro, I don't. It's gonna be. It's very hard for me to see Chouameni and Asensio like keeping out Haaland, Omar Marmoush, and like whoever else they
But
want.
you act like Haaland does stuff when he doesn't get the ball. Okay, obviously when he doesn't get the ball, he does nothing. But like he can't do anything
Thanks,
on
bud.
his own.
he can, bro.
No,
He can.
He
He
can't.
really can. What do you mean he can't do anything
he
on his own?
can't.
What
He
does
doesn't
that
do
even
anything on
mean?
his own.
What do you want him to do?
Like create something, like come back, drop in, make space for
Yeah.
your other players. He doesn't do
Did
that.
you not see him against Chelsea?
Oh, I did one game. Ooh.
Well, the thing is, he doesn't really get the opportunity to do it because typically City just possess the ball all game. So really all they're doing is looking to feed him in.
They haven't been recently.
And that's not his fault. He's making the runs. He's there. Even
Yeah, but-
dude, even the game against Arsenal, dude, Marmoush was making the run every time. I saw it every time on the field.
I'm not talking about Marmoush. He's good.
I'm talking about both of them. And realistically speaking, like against that defense, there could be some exposure, right? I don't know if Lucas Vasquez.
He's not
has-
playing.
Who's playing right back?
He apparently got injured. I think.
So who's
he
playing
should be
right back
fine.
then?
He's okay.
You sure? I don't think so.
I
Put
think
your money
he's-
where your mouth is, bro.
I think he's actually out.
Who?
Vasquez.
Vasquez, I think he's out too. He
So
is
who's
out.
playing right back?
I don't know.
Valverde?
I have no. That, yeah, probably Valverde.
Probably going to be Valverde. If he's
Valverde.
not playing.
You know what? Maybe that's fine then. Valverde against Marmoush. That's like a pretty big aura off on that wing.
It just forced.
There's a lot of aura.
They're just like,
It's a lot of aura, bro. It's gonna be like two Hamehas just going at it. But I think with that being said, bro, I got Man City. I got Man City in the first leg. Let's
No,
just
what-
is that clear?
Okay,
First
fine.
leg, first
I mean, one thing's for sure: Eduardo can't do nothing. Camavinga isn't even gonna see pitch.
But dude, like him versus Bernardo Silva, like they can both stink it up.
Tried to tell you guys about Camavinga.
It literally comes down to who can stink up the least.
Is De Bruyne gonna duck another big game?
Yeah,
Brian is past him,
he is.
man.
He is.
He might show up this
And
time.
so,
around.
so is Foden, bro.
So are City
It's
really
literally,
gonna win?
it's literally who's gonna stink up the least.
Yeah.
I'm putting a bet on Man City money line on Points Bet Canada using our link.
How much you putting?
I'm putting 20 to return 80.
Is that
Is
even?
that the odds say?
Is that even real?
Let me check.
Odds are subject to change via Points Bet Canada, so please play responsibly. 21 plus only. Actually, it's 19 plus. But
Yeah.
to be responsible, add a couple years.
Add a couple
Yeah, why
years.
not?
Add a couple years if you're in a different country.
You're in
but you
Quebec,
would,
maybe.
but you wouldn't be because you're on PointsBet Canada. But yeah, the odds have changed already, right, Matthews?
You said Madrid or draw?
No, I got Man
Said Man
City
City
money
winning.
line.
Oh, Man City.
The odds have already changed.
So wait, we got Man City. I'm Madrid.
Yep.
You're Madrid.
Yep.
James, where are you?
Man
City.
City.
Plus 110 for Man City to win.
So you're winning like $40.
They're actually the favorites.
Man City are favorites, or did they saw the bookmakers
Oh,
saw
wow.
the back line?
Vegas knows something we don't.
Who are you guys going?
Madrid.
Madrid.
Both Madrid. So we have 2 City, 4 Madrid.
Damn.
Dude,
What?
you guys said there's got to be an upset.
Yeah. But what?
Is this really an upset if it happens?
Yeah.
One of the
No,
teams,
no, it's not an upset.
One
no.
of the teams got to lose.
If I think if City beat Madrid, it's an upset.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know about that, bro.
I think any team that beats Madrid's an upset, no matter what.
I got City.
All right, next game.
Next game,
This is where I think the upset's gonna come up. Dortmund,
Sporting.
Sporting.
Yeah, I mean, hey man, if we pull it off, it would be quite the upset. So, I mean, I'm aligned with you there,
Bro, I
man.
need Gyökeres to do something for me, man.
What do you need him to
do?
do?
Something for me, bro.
Alright, bro.
Shut this guy up over here in the corner,
Yeah,
man.
this
Yeah.
guy's a Dortmund hater over here.
Well, no, it's because we had the beef.
I
Man.
know.
We had the beef. Gyökeres versus Girassi. All I'm saying, bro, is every single Champions League game this season, my boy has contributed to a goal.
Yeah, but what about this though?
I don't care about. I don't care
What
about.
about this though?
What's Girassi
Bro,
celebration?
That's what he's
dude?
gonna be doing on the plane back home, bro. He's gonna be on the plane.
I'm
Bro.
doing that on men's league this Sunday.
If you score, I'll allow you to do it. But no, I think betting favorites. Last I checked, my boys are dogs.
What does that mean?
They're underdog.
And my dogs are boys.
My boys are underdogs, which makes sense. Our away form, tragic, new gaffer. You know what I mean? But one key thing to consider for this game, I know we don't have a midfield, but Nicolas Sule is back.
Ooh,
Right?
the brick.
So you're talking about a player here who's won a six-tuple.
Players usually
Right?
go band for band.
A six-tuple, right? So this is a player with experience. It's a player with pace. It's a player I trust at the back with Schlotterbeck to lock down Gyökeres. I got Dortmund. Or draw. We're probably going to tie. But, dude, Niko Kovac ball, 1 game, 1 loss so far. We looked bang average. I'm very worried about our midfield. Our midfield is not very good without Felix Mecha. So that's kind of what I'm worried about. But I'm still going to back my boys. I'm going to back my boys, the underdogs. This is going to be the upset game.
Light.
That's it.
I'm actually looking at something right now, but Gyökeres hasn't. Is he injured?
He's been playing, bro. He just hasn't been scoring. Bro.
No, he hasn't been playing. I'm literally checking right now. He hasn't played like
He played the last Champions League game. He scored off the bench.
against Bologna.
Yeah.
No, he didn't. He was injured.
Go check.
I literally just did.
Go check.
I got Dortmund though.
No, he didn't.
What? You're talking all that.
Harder.
You're
Harder
talking all.
scored.
Oh, maybe it's a different game. Maybe it's a league game.
Oh,
Sorry.
ooh.
You're talking all that, and then you say that. Explain yourself.
I got Dortmund too.
Imagine
Man.
getting to a CL final the other year and then
what?
getting bounced out of the playoff.
That's usually what happens. No, like one of the teams always gets bounced. Like look at Inter Milan last year. They got cheeked.
I gotta rewatch those highlights. I can't believe they made the final.
Same, bro. Dude,
Dortmund.
dude, my
Oh.
my favorite one to watch.
What, road to the final?
That's a sick one too. But dude, the 4-2 Atletico game, the reverse fixture, dude, peak highlights. When Sabitzer bangs that goal to win the game, dude, I haven't seen him do anything since then. But like, I forgive him sometimes because of that one goal. Or go watch the PSG highlights when Nicholas Füllkrug dimed the ball like a feather and banged it in. Haven't seen him do a single thing ever since
He ain't
then.
doing shit
I got
now, bro.
BBB, man.
You guys are crazy, man. You guys are talking all this shit to me and about my striker. And now you guys are all backing my boys.
Yeah, but
I don't want your support.
They could back BBB and a Gyökeres goal, you know?
Yeah.
If Gyökeres is scoring 1, Sedu's scoring 2, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like that's what you guys aren't understanding, bro. And at least 1 dive from Girassi. He
So-
loves to dive.
Right now, I'm in the middle right now.
Well, you got to pick one, man.
Dortmund,
'Cause we still got a couple more games
Dortmund's
to
in
go.
pretty bad form,
Yeah,
but usually in CL they turn up.
sometimes.
Sporting have picked it up a little bit. Past 5 games, past 5-6 games, whatever it is.
So you're gonna go for a draw.
Yeah, I am thinking a draw. I don't know what the exact score is gonna be, but I think draw.
We're not asking for a score.
Yeah, I'm not gonna give it to you. I don't know what it is, so I'm gonna go for a
No
draw.
one asked.
Yeah, I know. That's what I said. I'm not gonna give it to you.
That's a cop out. Twins.
Dortmund. That's it. Simple.
I got Sporting.
One Sporting.
I wasn't ready for all this love.
Sporting.
You guys are going for the underdogs, huh?
Yeah, but guess what?
Dan's going for the favorite.
Guess what? I got 6 on my side. You only got 4. Four Dortmunds. I got 6 Juves.
We'll see if that translates tomorrow, bro.
Okay, let's speed run through these last 4 games here on Wednesday. Atalanta Club Bruges.
Atalanta.
Has to be, bro.
Next.
They've been on
Atalanta.
fire.
Atlanta,
I'm not
yeah.
gonna say anything.
Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Bayern Munich Celtic. Bayern Munich.
Celtic.
I'm not gonna say
That's the
anything.
most obvious unanimous one.
Bayern Munich.
Bayern, yeah. I'm not gonna
Munich.
even lie about it.
Harry Kane, stop hot stuff.
How many pens, bro? How many pens? I need to know. 3 in this one.
2.
No, 1 across both. Yeah, 1.
Yeah,
It's-
one across both legs.
You think?
2 across both.
I got 4 pens for Harry Kane across
4?
both legs.
Nah.
That's
Have
a
you
lot,
seen
man.
the numbers he's been putting up this season?
These
9,
are 2-legged ties, eh?
Yeah.
That's juicy.
Bro, he has like 21 goals.
and 9 of them are pens.
Okay.
45% of his
Still-
goals.
still a
These
lot of
should be
goals.
1-legged.
What these?
Yeah, the playoff.
Yeah,
I agree. I think
playoff.
they
Who plays
should.
home? Higher
The
team, I
higher
guess,
team.
right?
Yeah, do or die.
I like 2 legs. I like more football.
I
So
think
is
I
the
feel like
second leg next week?
Yeah, probably,
Yes, yes, yes.
maybe.
Yeah, they got
maybe.
quick turnaround.
I
yeah.
agree with you. I think the playoffs should be one leg, and then the real competition goes to two.
All right, this is
Okay, so we have next Feyenoord AC Milan. I think AC Milan because they've been in a good run of form. They got their new
have.
2 players looking good.
And
AC Milan.
Feyenoord lost Jimenez to AC Milan, so
yeah.
so they're missing their star striker now.
yeah, that front three, man.
Milan front four.
Front four, I guess if you include Pulisic. Yeah.
I got the Bianconeri.
Pardon? You got this team.
Sorry, Rossoneri.
What's wrong with you, bro?
I don't speak italics, bro. Sorry.
Yeah, I think we all got Milan in this one.
I got him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Conceição got them cooking a
And
little
last but not least, Monaco Benfica. Which I think is
That's a good
kinda
game.
Top toss up.
No, it's too mid.
bit. No, that's a those are fun games to watch though.
I'll probably not tune in.
They're all at the same time, right?
Yeah.
I'll take Benfica.
I'll take
bro.
Benfica. Benfica,
Pavlidis
Pavlidis,
has been
bro.
going off, bro. I think he scored a
Benfica.
brace over the weekend too.
I got Monaco.
Give me Pavlidis.
Bro,
and Benfica.
Adolf Hutter has got them balling, bro.
Yeah, I
Adolf
think I got
Hutter's
Monaco
them
too.
balling, man. I'm gonna go Monaco, man.
Actually, no, I'm gonna go draw again, man.
You can't pick a draw, man. What you're supposed to pick?
I'm
a
gonna
team.
go. I'm gonna go
That's such a Juventus thing. for you to do.
Monaco and draw for plus 150.
You can't
No.
do Monaco and draw.
No,
You gotta
I'm gonna
or
go
draw.
Benfica as a shout out to our great viewers and listeners of the pod. Shout out C's, shout out Diogo, big Benfica supporters. I'm gonna ride or die Benfica right now.
Ride or
Well,
die,
I hate
baby.
Benfica because they always knock us out. So
Damn.
them and Porto.
So who are you taking? Oh, you took a
thought-
draw.
Shout out
Monaco
the
draw.
Eagles, man, of
Monaco draw.
We got
Benfica.
a bunch of Eagles, then we got one Monaco,
Or draw.
and then we got a cop out.
All
All right.
right. That's Champions League, boys.
Fun
and
times,
that is
man.
us for all for this week. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. If you made it this far, we love you. We appreciate you. Again, if you need any more information on all of our socials, our audio podcasts, our sponsorships, our stuff, it's all in the description down below. But always keep a like, share with your friends, share with your family, smash the like button,
Share with your
comment,
dog.
share with your dogs,
Cats too.
and we appreciate you all. So thanks again, and tune in for more. We got a lot more scheduled up.
Shout out the dogs for real, man.
Shout out my dog.
That's my
Shout out my
dog.
dog.
We the culture, man.
We appreciate you all. Love y'all.
Later.
Thank you so much.
See ya, fellas.
Subscribe.
Bye.
Hit that like button.
Ciao.
Take me to the hammer.
Oh yeah, the log out now. Tune in. Ciao, boys.